Alright, you guys, as you know, I'm a huge proponent of the dry vacuum and dry soil extraction. I recommend using a very good, high quality, strong commercial vacuum cleaner to get as much dry debris out of the carpeting prior to steam cleaning and getting them all wet, because you just turn it to mud. However, the other day, I went to the customer's house and I fired up the vacuum cleaner, and I was embarrassed because it stunk really, really bad. And part of the reason was because the bag had come off in a prior job, and I had changed it and then left it in the truck and forgot about it over, a cold spell that we had with some ice, and wasn't able to get out on the roads at all. So it just sat there. And when I fired it up the next time, it just reeked of dust and everything from the bag that had slipped off prior. Even though it was a new bag, it was just full of dirt, and it just smelled absolutely terrible. This here is the power head. I went through, try to keep those brushes as clean as possible, free of hair or anything else that would prevent it from working properly. So I just spent a good 45 minutes taking everything apart, cleaning everything out. I lubed moving parts. These guys back here, what holds the vacuum cleaner together. If you don't take care of that stuff, it is all going to corrode, and you're eventually just going to have to buy new stuff. But I try to make my stuff last as long as possible, plus it looks great in the customer's eyes. So take a little bit of time invested into cleaning your stuff up, because I personally take pride in my tools and equipment. I like them to look nice, and the customer likes to see nice, clean equipment too. A lot of guys are going around with beat up equipment, or at least equipment that's not properly maintained. So I highly suggest take the time, do a little bit of maintenance, keep that stuff cleaned up. I know it takes time. It probably takes about 45 minutes per hour or whatever per piece of equipment that I have that I want to clean up. But I probably only do that, cleaning one piece of equipment. I try to rotate through maybe once a week. Just grab one piece, clean it up, make it look nice, keep it in rotation, and your equipment always looks this is probably 10 years old, but it doesn't, wear like 10 years once you, keep cleaning it. All right, so here we got a POG ChemSpec, excellent product. I use it to wipe up our machine a bit. It looks absolutely beautiful right now from top to bottom. Rubbed out all the little scuff marks and paint and stuff that was accrued over there over the last couple months or so. The bag, however, is still smelly, so what I'm going to do is go ahead and take our pet odor deodorizer or something and spritz it in there, and that should kill the smell. Alright, and the other option for odors, if you guys are into cars at all, you may be aware of ozone machines. They're typically used for killing smoke odor in vehicles, because smoke, if you're smoking inside your car, that odor gets all over the place. It gets in the vents, it gets in the seats, it gets in the floorboards, the headboards, all over the place. So if you take one of these ozone machines and you lock it up in that car for about 12 hours, it will literally circulate throughout the vehicle and kill all, pretty much 99-100% of all the odor, and you don't have an issue. You might want to run the fan a little bit just to circulate that those ozones through the car. However, ozones are poisonous to breathe, although they do occur naturally in nature, and they're everywhere, and we breathe them in. They're at a pretty low dosage. That's why, you go through the woods, animals die all the time, but the forest doesn't reek of dead, rotting animal stink all the time. So those ozones help to clear all that stuff out and purify the air. When you produce ozones synthetically, I suppose, with the ozone machine, it does do it at a much higher rate than what occurs naturally. I mean, because they're a lot more condensed in one area, so they are pretty poisonous to breathe. So if you use that in a vehicle, I'd lock it in, put it in there for a good few hours, and then get out and just close the doors and let it do its thing.